So I've decided to do a progress update on Rihanna. So she's been with me since June. She's a 4-year-old thoroughbred. She trained with the Allwoods but was too slow. She's not been rushed and Vicky described her so well, i.e. a bit of a diva. She came to me having had a few weeks in the field. She'd popped some brushes but hadn't ever seen coloured fences, and her legs were a bit all over the place at the beginning, as was to be expected. I spent some time just popping her over poles and tiny cross poles, getting her confident and stronger before I asked anything more of her. She evidently loved her work and especially her jumping, but she gets in a muddle if she gets things wrong, so I didn't want to throw too much at her too quickly. Everything I asked of her, she had a go though. If she was unsure the first time, she came round the second time having worked it out and gave it her best effort. I mainly kept it simple on the flat. Lots of transitions, teaching her to bend around my inside leg. Trot canter transitions got her stressed at the beginning because she never knew which leg to go on. And then she started anticipating the transitions when we finally got our legs in the right place. She's come a long way on the flat. She moved very downhill at the beginning and wasn't consistent in the contact. Again, as to be expected, she'd never gone round before. But as the weeks and months went by, she got stronger and more consistent. I've not hammered her on the flat as she's only young, but as she's got stronger it's become easier for her anyway. Nearly 2 months in, I took her to her first arena hire. She was amazing. Not spooky and took on all the fences. I was already pretty attached, but this is where I started to not want to let go. I spent the month after getting her out. She went cross-country schooling for the first time and was very wobbly, but she took it all in her stride. My mum led her up and down the steps and into the water, but as I say, she only has to do it once to understand it, and then she's confident as anything. In August, I threw her into the deep end a little bit. She'd been show jump schooling to 2 different places and was loving life, so I just put her in the 80 at Eland one night to see what she'd do. I had originally brought her to produce for the summer and sell come winter, so my mum, who was not as attached as me, needed some proof that she was worth keeping. But she was amazing, of course. She'd never been to Eland before. The warm-up was super busy, but she went in the ring and just looked for the next one. She had 2 poles down, no biggie, as she was still figuring her legs out. But we went back the next week to do some low-key combined training and she went clear. She came out like a pro, knowing what she had to do, and she also figured out her legs. Being only 4, I didn't want to rush her. I could have ran her at the end of this season, but decided not to and to save her for 2026. She had some downtime come autumn as she went really bum high and decided to grow. So I just decided to let her be a horse. She came back mid-November. I've just given her her first little jump. Unfortunately, camera woman mum missed the first one, which she jumped above the wings. She died the jump up before I even turned the corner. But it's so nice to see her back enjoying doing what she loves. She'll slowly build back up over December and January, and I'll start some small shows come February, ready for her to start the season April time when the ground is hopefully good.